Hey, Origin Gaming, welcome to Season 2's opening week for the league. So, just quick going over a few things. Hey, Frank, welcome. Today, we unfortunately lost two people from the league. So, Chariot and Red Queen will no longer be participating. They are planning their wedding. Congratulations. And I guess understandably, having never planned a wedding before, I hear though that it's pretty difficult and takes some time. So they weren't sure that they would be able to dedicate as much time as they would ideally like to for their teams. So at least they did it early and not later. Luckily, we did get one person to replace them. So Chariot's team is going to be getting Who Is Lucky once he eventually joins everything. He's a friend of Auga, who's also on that team. So hopefully he will participate and, we'll crush it for his team. So with that being said, we're going into the announcement for this week. So starting it off with PvE, we have the Ordeal, the Nightfall, obviously, as we always do. So this week we have Unstoppable champions and we have Anti-Barrier champions. So get your artifacts up. You're going to need at least 2 points to be able to get both of those weapons. Today is March 10th, Super Mario. Did I say a date? I don't think I did, but we'll go with it. Today is Mario, I think is what you want me to say. I don't know 100%. I'm not 100% sure what you want there. So we're going to, we'll start with the Ordeal, like I was saying. So again, our champions this week are Unstoppable and Anti-Barrier. Like we did the first week of last season, I will not put any restrictions on it. Give you a chance to get your artifact up before I start restricting your loadouts. This way you can kind of choose which weapons you want to go with first, rather than being forced into weapons of my choosing. So again, no restrictions on weapons or subclass or any of that fun stuff for week 1 for the Nightfall. Again, 950. Your score is points per minute. So total points divided by the total time. Captains, again, your submission requirements are a screenshot from the PS4 of the final screen. If you accidentally zone out after that zones out, you can do the previous results. It all looks the same. It's all good. Just don't zone into another activity or you lose out on that screenshot. If the captain is not participating in the event, please do not have whoever is participating in the event send me the screenshots. I don't need 47 PMs in my band. I just need you to submit either in a private message or in the captain's chat that screenshot. They send it to you, you send it to me. It's that simple. Again, it can be either a screenshot straight out of the PS4 you take with the PS4, or you can take your phone out, snap it, send it over. Again, points per minute. So speed and time both, or time and score both matter. Sometimes we saw people take 5 more minutes on the event, but they got many more points that they actually scored higher for these point values. So next we'll go into raids. So we have 2 raids this week for the next 3 weeks, like I mentioned before. So you have 3 weeks to complete these 2. Obviously, Garden of Salvation is still ongoing. I've not seen any scores, but we'll go with what we have right now. So the first 2 raids we're going to go with are pretty much ending the same way we did last season. Start the same way we ended last season. So we're going to start with Crown of Sorrows and Eater of Worlds. So Crown of Sorrows and Eater of Worlds, we are not going Prestige EOW this week. It is available. Don't worry. It might come up. But Crown of Sorrows, Eater of Worlds. I'll try to pair what I consider a shorter raid with a longer raid, or a raid that less people have done. So in this instance, EOW, I think, is the easiest raid layer in the game. Crown of Sorrows, not a lot of people have done. So we're pairing those up. So again, 3 weeks, 2 raids. If all 10 people if 10 of the 11 for some teams, if at least 10 people, unique people participate in a scoring raid. So 2 screenshots are going to get submitted from Raid Report. If 10 people participate in those 2 raids, you get bonus points. What did I say the bonus points were? I think it was 5. I don't have the right spreadsheet open, but it's either, it was 3, I believe. 3 points. You can check the spreadsheet. I'm not too worried about it. Again, no restrictions on that. I don't know that I'm really going to do too many restrictions on raids this season. I think it adds to the too much to the learning curve for some of the raids. So I'm just going to not go with any restrictions, I think, on raids all season long. Maybe some weapon restrictions, but no. If I do that, your heavy will be something I think that you'll be able to easily complete the raid with. Not something that like a sword on Riven, and then you're like, what the fuck? So, but yeah, so that's how that's going to work. And then for the PvP, we are going to go with 3v3 elimination, best of 5 rounds. First to 5. So 3v3 elimination, first to 5. So best of 9 rounds. No restrictions again on that. Use whatever you want. Just know this is running for everything. If there is a weapon that you can earn, say Leviathan's Breath, Bastion, Risk Runner, like if there's quests for those weapons, they are fair game, and I can restrict the loadout to that Jotun. So if you don't have Jotun, get it in the next 5 weeks, because after 5 weeks, I could make a restriction on using that weapon. So start it now. It's not terribly difficult. I did it last season. You can pretty much just zone in. You don't need anyone's help with it. Jotun is probably the hardest one. So if you can, get it. And remember, before we go into the Gambit, if there is a weapon, an exotic that provides a perk such as Leviathan's Breath and Unstoppable, I could not give you an unstoppable weapon in your kinetic or your head or your pet energy weapons, expecting someone on your team to have Leviathan's Breath. It's probably the easiest gun to get, so go get it. Or one of the easiest guns. So, go get it. I don't want to hear complaints. And then finally, Gambit again. No restrictions. We'll do straight up Gambit. Best of 3 rounds. Normal, plain old Gambit. You have 2 weeks to complete both your matches. You can complete them both this week, both next week, one each week, however you see fit, however it makes it work. This will give you time for that first week. All you have to complete this week are the 2 PvP matches and the 1 Nightfall. So really 9 people at the most would have to participate in something. So 9 people, because again, we're doing 3v3 elimination, best of 9 rounds, first to 5. So, yeah, felt elimination would be fun going into Trials of Osiris, get some people some practice. So again, no real restrictions this week. Just go out, kill some shit, and be ready for stuff to go down next week. Like I said, so Eater of Worlds and Crown of Sorrows are our 2 raids. Garden of Salvation, obviously ongoing. And if you do in the next 3 weeks, get all 10 of your 10 or 11 people into one of those scoring raids, you get bonus points. Obviously, if you have a lot of people who haven't done EOW or Crown of Sorrows, this is a good week or 3 weeks to get them their first clears and get those bonus points as well. Anyone who teaches those also get their Sherpa bonus points, either for organizing or for. Oh, she's wanting to get in the screen, so we're just gonna help her out with her clubfoot. Hey, look! No, look at the screen. Say hi. She doesn't want to say hi. She just wants to eat my ears. So we will I can't remember what I was saying, so I'll end the stream with that. Have a good one and good luck this week, Guardians. Happy hunting.